Yo, it's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Fresh off that locker room podcast last night, we defended Ben Simmons, and that's part of the reason why I'm doing this vlog to discuss what lineups he should be on the floor. And I got Ben Simmons out there with Seth Curry, Patty Mills, Royce O'Neal, and Day'Ron Sharp. What happened? That's a lineup that Ben Simmons can get a lot of get busy with. You got Day'Ron Sharp that could create his own shot. You got in the paint, seen him around the basket. He could catch the alley, but he's better at creating, putting the ball on the floor and attacking the basket. You know what I mean? You could give him the ball and get a bucket. You know what I'm saying? That's how Day'Ron Sharp do. So you can't even double a Ben Simmons with a Day'Ron Sharp on the floor. That's why Day'Ron Sharp is important. Shout out to my guy Day'Ron Sharp. Putting him on Ben Simmons on the floor at the same time is nice. You know what I'm saying? It's nice. Um, that being said, I feel like when you surround him with Seth Curry, who has the most experience with playing basketball with Ben Simmons, that's a good look. So putting Ben Simmons next to Day'Ron Sharp and Curry is nice for the simple fact they got chemistry and a cohesiveness between the two. And I want to see it. I would like to see it. I'm pretty sure they did it in Philly, our rivals, and our one of our rival teams. And but you know what I mean. They Brooklyn Nets now, so it's love. You know what I'm saying? We spread love. You know what I mean. Shout out to Barry. He said, I can't believe you're a Ben Simmons fan. Listen, I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan, and what's good for the Brooklyn Nets is Ben Simmons because Ben Simmons is on the team. So I got a whole, you know what I'm saying? I hope be optimistic that, he don't play the same way he did in the playoffs in Philly because, that's not why he here. He here to turn a new leaf and change things the way he didn't like in Philly. He not going. We gonna change that and we gonna do it right in Brooklyn. So that's what it's about. It's about getting it right. Ain't about stuff in the past when we going into next season and I see how he could help the team. And if he could help the team, then I'm all with it. You know what I'm saying? If he could help the team, I'm all with it. Word. So, you know, I feel like Patty Mills, he's somebody that could help him as well. You put a Seth Curry and a Patty Mills around a Ben Simmons, you automatically got shooters around him that if you double him, he could kick it out. And he's good out to kick out pass. He could pass. That's one thing that he has. His talent is passing. And he could do a lot of that with the Brooklyn Nets. One of the things that the Brooklyn Nets lacked last season was ball rotation, whether it was because of Harden or, was it whether it was because of KD and Kyrie wanted to play ISO basketball. You know what I'm saying? So that's my point is that it wasn't a lot of ball rotation with a Ben Simmons on the floor. He's going to make sure that ball get rotated. He going to make sure that ball get passed around. So, like there's offices where it's like 7 seconds where they do one pass, two pass, and then somebody shoot the ball. That's not how we gonna run our offense with Ben Simmons on the floor. If we not on the fast break and it's a half court offense, and then we gotta set up a play. I think a Ben Simmons he could definitely have a situation where he's on the post or he's in the space between the 3 point line and the paint and we put him there, and KD is on the other side. I ain't even say KD. I ain't even gonna mention KD yet. You know what I'm saying? So put Ben Simmons there, just in that space right there, and shit. You got Day'Ron Sharp to help him in the paint for defense, and then Royce O'Neal. That's what I said. When you look at Royce O'Neal's percentage on deep on for three, it's nice. It's like 40% plus, right? And then it's also how you say what's his name? Oh no, yeah, Royce O'Neal. His defense is stellar too. So you got defense on the wing, and that's a defensive team. With a Patty Mills and a Seth Curry, they're not so much a defensive guards. But if you got Royce O'Neal, Ben Simmons, and Day'Ron Sharp, we got a front court that's defensive. So if you get past Patty Mills and Seth Curry, you got to deal with that. That being said, That's good defense. You know what I mean? That's good strategy as far as good lineups. And I'm thinking about obvious, with KD on the floor with Ben Simmons, that's an obvious lineup. That's nice. But let's talk about it. You put KD and Ben Simmons on the floor at the same time. Again, the significance of KD being at 3 and Ben Simmons being at 4 is a big difference. The fours can't guard that, handle that Ben Simmons got. Maybe a point guard could because, yeah, they do that. But a 4, nah. And I think that's what the difference is going to be in Brooklyn is the position he's going to play. He's going to know his position and he's going to play it the way that it benefits him and the Brooklyn Nets the best way. And you'll see why. You don't have to, with Nick Claxton and Ben Simmons on the floor at the same time, that kind of switch defense is different. You know what I'm saying? It's just like beautiful. You know what I mean? And again, they feel confident in Nick Clax. They gave Joe Harris the bag and they gave Nick Clax the bag out of Jared Allen, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Karis LeVert. Right? So, listen, I want to see what happens. I anticipate seeing Ben Simmons out there doing his Doug Dizzle, doing his thing, because the fact is that when you switch the position, that makes a lot of the difference. Like I seen Jordan, some random stat, he played point guard and he averaged like 30 plus points and like 10, 11, 12 assists, something like that. It's like, certain players could play a lot of different positions, but they stay true to the position that, it fits for the team. You know what I mean? But sometimes on the team, you got to switch the position. You feel what I'm saying? So, having Ben Simmons at point, and him not being a shooter, I can see how that can complicate things. But when he come back, who's to say he ain't got a jumper? But that ain't even his game. But we'll see. Maybe he developed a jumper. I seen a stat with Jason Kidd, and Jason Kidd, when he came in the league, he didn't necessarily have a 3-pointer, hit a 3-point shot. He kind of played like, you know what I mean, that same style as a Ben Simmons, but he became a shooter and one of the best 3-point shooters the NBA ever seen. So shout out to Jason Kidd, but I don't know. Somebody, maybe I'll tweet Ben Simmons some Jason Kidd videos, like watch some Jason Kidd videos. You know what I'm saying? Or yeah, I'll do that. But yeah, man, this big fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog, just pulling up, letting y'all know we shouldn't worry as fans about the lineup when it comes to Ben Simmons. We could do a lot of things, and Nash, she always mix the lineups up. We could do a lot of different things when it comes to having Ben Simmons on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look for him and Nick Clax on the floor at the same time. Him and Day'Ron Sharpe. He could play with anybody that's on the team. Now, for the sake of it, just because I care, him and Cam Thomas on the floor at the same time. Oh my goodness. Listen, I'll get into that a whole nother time. But yeah, man, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. You know what I'm saying? Or hold on. They're overrated. Nah. I mean, you say that how? Like, why? Like, what do you mean? I think it's about roles. And the role that we need him to play is what his natural game is. Is why he going to be nice on the Brooklyn Nets. He's going to be better than he was on Philly. He ain't got a run point. You got somebody who don't take threes or is not a jump shooter, and y'all got him running point. Why that makes sense as a coach and a GM to make him run point. Over here, with the Brooklyn Nets, he going to run power forward. That's nice. That makes sense. If Foles can't guard him, man, he's 6'11" with a handle. Foles can't. He like DC. Who? Remember Derek Coleman for the Nets? Remember? You, Barry, you young. You probably know Derek Coleman. All right, man. Trying to tell you, man. I ain't begging y'all to believe me, man. I be saying stuff, people be thinking I be wilding. Yo, my takes to me, they all logical. When I look at it through my lens, I say, wow, that guy has knowledge about basketball. I like him. I say that to myself. I just did. And the fact is, by putting Ben Simmons at 4 and just putting him in a situation, he's 6'11". You don't want him like, and as far as when it comes to the switch, if he on the switch on the perimeter, you know how they try to do switches with the and have one defender guarding them, and then they do the pick, and then now another defender guarding them. When they do that with Ben Simmons on the floor on the perimeter, it's over with. He locking them down. He locks them down. You seen it, yo, man. Listen, we trying to win now. We gave up all those draft picks for Harden, and ain't nothing come out of that. But we got Ben Simmons and Seth Curry. Y'all talk about Ben Simmons like he gonna be the only one on the floor. He got chemistry with Seth Curry. It's gonna be amazing. Okay. He said the last time Ben's played, he scored 5 points. That's fine. I'm sure he well aware of that. I'm sure he well aware of that. You heard? So again, Barry, if you gonna be a Brooklyn Nets fan, man, you just a KD fan, man. Like, why are you even doing this right now? You feel what I'm saying? Like, and then here you go again. Yo, bro, I didn't want Ben Simmons because I didn't want the trade to happen, and the trade happened. Y'all thinking it's such about Harden? It's not about Harden. It's about losing Jared Allen. That's what all of this is about. The narrative is Harden, but the truth is losing Jared Allen. The whole media went with that narrative about Harden. We don't, yo, man. Listen, I'm not trying to curse. We lost Jared Allen is more important than James Harden coming to the team and leaving the team. So now we here. We got Ben Simmons. We trying to replace some of the stuff that Jared Allen did. And when you look at Ben Simmons, you're like, yo, could he replace what Jared Allen did? You're like, yeah, kind of. Yeah, you know what I mean? You may not be making it up for all the way, but you do a lot. You do a lot with that. You do a lot with that. Yeah, Curry nice though, Barry. Curry, you know what I mean? I think he showed up in the playoffs. He's a player that's clutch. I like Seth Curry on our team, honestly. He gives me hope and confidence, you know what I mean, that we could win, you know what I'm saying? Like, he does, I think in those situations where we wanted Joe Harris to step up, that's why we got Seth Curry, and he does step up, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to Joe Harris. I heard he's 100. And, Ben Simmons and Joe Harris on the floor, that'd be nice. And Joe Harris is 6'6", so, Joe Harris being in the lineup makes us a big team. Whether it's Joe Harris at 2 and KD at 3, Ben Simmons at 4 and Nick Claxton at 5. The point guard it's Kyrie Irving, but he's the shortest player. And besides that, Royce O'Neal, he's like 6. We got a lot of wings, so we got a big team. And don't forget, we got Kessler Edwards too. Kessler Edwards could play alongside of Curry too. Curry and Ben Simmons, Kessler Edwards, Curry, Ben Simmons, Nick Claxton, Royce O'Neal. That worked too. Listen, it's like with lineups wise, if he expand that lineup, he cannot go wrong. And I just don't want him to give minutes to veterans over Cam Thomas, Daron Sharp. I don't care who come to the team. Even I like those players that we added, but do not give them more minutes than the second year guys. Facts. Do not take minutes from my guys, man. Please. Please. Yeah, that's what I like to see, man. He said, but I'm not getting hype about the Nets this year. They gotta win the championship. Then I can talk. Bro, this is something to prove season. Redemption season. This is all putting all your chips on the line. This is, yo, going for the Hail Mary. Come with me. This is what this is this season. We going all max to the max. Shout to Big John. We going to the max. Listen, man. This is what it's about. We playing with purpose. Everybody from the owner to the all the players on the roster got something to prove. All of them. All of them. Like, listen, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. Just know that. Just remember the fact that when it come down to the lineups that we got, think about how KD don't have to play 35 to 45 minutes a game, and he can now play 35 minutes max, 31 minutes max, 30 minutes max, and we can win games. Could you imagine that? That's what KD want. He don't want to play 48 minutes to win a game. Play him 30 minutes. That's how we win games, and that's how we dominate the Atlantic Division. But yeah, man, I don't want to be long-winded. Now, I mean, like, share, subscribe. Just wanted to pull up, see what's happening, and yeah, man, you know, like, and it helped the algorithms. You know, trying to make this page like my book page was, man. So yeah, man, that's how I feel about the lineups. I think I'm anticipating the season, man, and I hope Nash find a lineup he like and we keep it, and because the better teams keep consistent lineups to start, and they don't switch lineups a lot. And I understand you want other players to get playing time, but they don't have to start. How's that? They don't have to start if something's working already. If something's working already, then you know, just roll with it. Like, yeah, this is good. Excuse me. And this comes from the stat that the team that wins the first and the third quarter wins 60+% of the time. Yeah. 60+% of the time when they win the first and third quarter. So that's how you start. So how you start the first and the third quarter. Like finishing off count, but percentage wise, you know what I'm saying? That's how they say teams win games in the NBA. He said, I know the Nets gonna do good because they don't want KD to get mad again. And that's funny. KD, listen, he stirred the pot the way he was supposed to. Nobody else was gonna say nothing to Nash. You know, and again, Sean Marks, I think he deserved a little more credit. I wouldn't went about it that way, but you know, I hope Sean Marks realizes that you cannot escape the winning formula of building from the draft. Those pieces around the superstars are vital. They are important. And you can't just replace them season to season and keep the superstars and make it seem like those pieces didn't work. We have to stay focused because talent is one thing, but chemistry and cohesiveness comes from teammates playing together year after year. So we got to be considerate to that. I hope Sean Marks is considerate to that fact and build like that. And we good, you know. But yeah, man, this big fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna get with y'all later. Peace.